Welcome back to Nerd Wars, and you guessed it, I watched Acolyte episode 4 for some reason. It was, thankfully, relatively short. Episode 4, Day. The title is just Day. We had like the duality stuff going on, so I can only assume episode 5 is going to be night. One can only hope. And we go into Kafar. Kalnaka's home, and he's just doing Wookiee things. See a spiral marking on a wall, like the spiral marking on the forehead of Anastasia and May, and it's like, ooh, that's intriguing. I'm interested. That's probably the most interesting part of the show. Ginger Jedi is then training Padawans on Coruscant. Even ginger representation. Jackie and Osha talk and pass the Bechdel test. Osha, May is the Jedi's problem now, and I'm not a Jedi. I think Osha hits on her again when she invites Jackie to a bar. First, she's randomly talking about how flexible she is, and now she's inviting her to a bar. Weird. Then we go to Kafar, where May and Ezra are there, and Ezra's not doing it for the Master, it turns out. He's following May because he's doing it for her. Why? Have you met her? Says May made a deal to kill the Jedi. Okay. What's up with this Ezra fellow? I don't remember his actual name, but he looks just like Ezra Miller. So, Ezra. And by Ezra Miller, I mean Queermere. I'm just going to stick with Ezra. Then we're back to Coruscant. We're just back and forth for some reason. Coruscant meeting room this time. Ooh, and we get a bunch of Jedi, such as Old Tumorhead and I believe some other new races. And then Leslye Headland's green wife shows up and once again proves to be the worst actor in the show yet again. Soul's arguing, let me bring her in, let me get Osha. He is way too emotionally invested for a Jedi. He needs to be recused. Maybe go float in the air for a decade. Leslie's green wife, she's like, alright, guess it's a great idea because she thinks the Master's plan is bigger. Something to tip the scales, such as force scissoring twinsies. And then we go back again to Ezra and May, and Ezra wants to know the same thing we want to know. How do you kill a Jedi without a weapon? Is stealing their lightsaber cheating? We are confused about the rules because it turns out May is also confused about the rules. And this isn't the only time they bring it up. We don't understand the stupidity because the characters don't, because the writers don't. And then they try to make it like kind of philosophical, like, oh, maybe I'm supposed to learn my lesson, and more on that later. What deal did you make with him? They think the Master is a dude, which tells me it's probably not. Can't believe my sister is Jedi scum. I really like space slurs, so I really wish you could have used a space slur instead of just Jedi scum. A stupid nerf herder. Finds out that Osha is with Soul. The last Jedi I have to kill is with my sister. And then we're back to Coruscant again. And Osha's walking and talking to Pip, the hot new droid all the kids are gonna buy. Pip. No, not from Fallout. Soul invites her to join them as bait. And Soul, there's still good in her. Referring to May. Osha disagrees. She's a murderer. And then Soul with a just 5-head retort. But she's still your family. Who's a murderer, Soul? What is wrong with you, buddy? And then they're traveling to Kafar, and a little otter creature sniffs Pip, and then gets sprayed. And Osha says something like, who's that? Is he with us, or they with us? Pronouns in space, little otter thing. And I get it, she doesn't know what like gender it is, so it's not like as bad as I was expecting, but the normal joke is, who's that? Is he with us, or she with us? Not they with us there, Miss Amanda non-binary Stenberg. So it's like with the mothers thing, and they kind of say it, and then you don't really notice, and 1.5, 2 seconds later, you go, wait, what did you just say? Pronouns. Jackie is communicating with the civilians on the planet using a translator. While all the other Jedi stand around, why does she keep getting put in charge? And it turns out the otter, they, them, is the tracker. And so we get a Lord of the Rings walking in a line. They are literally stealing, Kill Bill, The Matrix, the alien face hugger, now Lord of the Rings. I'm starting to think Leslye Headland might be a hack. While they're walking, we get some really great dialogue, like in Lord of the Rings, where Yor tries to take Osha's gun, and she's like, nah, brah. And then Osha, doing her best to make me like her, tells Yor to put her sister down if she resists. I think she might hate May as much as the audience does, maybe even possibly more. The first thing that's made me like her is how much she doesn't like May. You know, we got something in common. I love it. So May and Ezra arrive at the edge of the forest. They were there way before, but then now the Jedi get to the forest at the same time, even though, like I said, we were just going back and forth. They're on the planet, back to Coruscant, back, and now they get to the edge of the forest at the same time. Time is very relative in the Acolyte. As they're walking, their eyes sense some darkness. Yeah, do you see the giant, like, cancer blobs on the trees? The black cancer blobs? Yeah. Turns out those are crazy centipede locust things on the trees. And that's where my buddy rooted for them to kill all of the Jedi. Good job, Leslye Headland. I didn't tell him to hate all these people. He just hates them. He watches like the worst B-movie werewolf vampire crap all the time. He can watch just about anything and manage to somewhat enjoy it. He was rooting for all the crazy centipede locusts to kill all of the Jedi. Good job, Leslye. Still haven't made me like a single character. I'm starting to like Osha, but only because she also hates a character I hate. And then Jackie says to Osha, we're not defined by what we lose. We're defined by what we survive. And then I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I realized that doesn't make any fucking sense. What are you talking about, Jackie? Oh my God, why do they keep putting this girl in charge of everything? What does it mean, Jackie? What does it mean? And then we go back to May and Ezra. It's not a test. The Master, he calls it the final lesson, to kill a Jedi without a weapon. But how does one do that? And then if she doesn't do it, the Master will kill her. You don't care, Ezra. I do care. Oh my God, she is the worst. She's so self-obsessed, narcissistic. Oh my God. Osha also, like, always with the drama. I think I'm getting to it here in a sec. But on a good note, pretty scene transition. They actually do, in all the episodes so far, they've had some good transitions, some not even really establishing shots because it's just like random scenery. Works for me though. One of the very few things that does. We need a tracker just to track our tracker. They lost the otter, they, them. And then there's a scream, help! And then we're back at May, and Ezra is caught in a snare. May suddenly decides that her allegiance is to her sister, not her master. And she's going to turn herself into the Jedi to Kalnaka, not the other Jedi on the planet, to Kalnaka. Out of nowhere, she's just all of a sudden, screw the master, my sister's alive. Okay. Oh, sure. Sounds good. Okay. For sure. Why not? And they're like, where's Basil? They have still lost the otter, they, them. And Osha goes on about her feels with Soul while they're in a dangerous jungle on a mission, bruh. May falls into Basil and he screeches. Very annoying sound. And then she runs into Kalnaka's home. Turns out Kalnaka, spoiler alert, is already dead. The Master. Okay. So fucking dumb still. Yet another death we give zero fucks about because we don't know the characters at all. What little Kalnaka said was in the Burler Weird Wookiee, in whatever language the Wookiees, come down in the comments below. Don't care. Oh no, Kalnaka's dead, guys. Oh no. That's his name, right? Kalnaka? Am I saying it right? Oh no. The May is surrounded by the Jedi, and Soul senses something. The Master floats down. Actually, I mean, kind of decent. And walks up to Osha menacingly. Oh, kind of decent. Getting a little tired of everyone having to look like Kylo Ren, but helmet, kind of cool. Jackie's all, what is that? Shut up, Padawan girl. Why are you shouldn't be allowed to talk. Stand down, says Yord. And the Smilo gets face to face with Osha. I actually can't probably the best scene. And ignites the lightsaber right next to her side. And you're like, oh, is she dead? No. And then puts the hand up and then touch the face lovingly. And then force pushes Osha to the side, which with the force that they use, she's probably dead. She should probably be dead. Like, hit a tree, dead. And then Kylo Ren force pushes all of the Jedi. And it's over. And then that's when my buddy says he thinks the Master is Ezra. I think it's Coral, maybe Anasea, but you see her dead. It's supposed to be her. I don't think they got the actress, so they just kind of had to put a wig on a black woman. But I still say Coral. But this episode was definitely about making you think it was Ezra, or sorry, Queermere. I wouldn't be surprised. It could be Anasea, maybe fake death, but I don't know how she fits all that hair in that helmet. There ain't enough room for that hair. As we know with the dread scene, it's cultural. They have to have it. That's why the twins still look identical for some reason, even their hairstyles. So who do you think the master is? Hashtag cancel Disney Plus? I agree. My channel is under attack by myself watching the Acolyte, so please like and subscribe and leave a comment for my sanity. We're halfway through, guys. Thanks for watching, and please follow the algorithm on your way out and support the channel by becoming a YouTube member.